Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the Delta Green tabletop role-playing game rules by Arc Dream Publishing. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Listeners should know that this podcast will include mature themes and scenes. All content, including names, places, events, companies, military organizations, and etc., which may bear resemblance to entities living, dead, or redacted, is completely coincidental. My name is Michael Diamond, and for tonight's game, I will be your handler. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of the Old Ways podcast. I am your handler this evening, Michael Diamond. My pronouns are he, him, and we are back with our team, our agents of OCEL, for another installment of a new investigation. And so at the top of the show is what we like to do. We like to thank you, the listener, and especially you, the Patreon supporter. You can check out what we have to offer on Patreon, patreon.com/the Old Ways podcast. And so now I'm going to get to character and agent introductions, which begin to my right.
Hey, it's me, Miranda, playing Dr. Aaron Weber. Not that kind of doctor, sometimes that kind of doctor, though. And, I'm just happy the gang's all back together again, diving into another mystery. Is it possible to both miss and simultaneously have not missed everyone?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. I certainly think that that's a possibility. Very good. And to Dr. Weber's right.
Hey, this is Nate, your friend Nate on the Discords, and I'm playing Elliot Winters. I'm also somewhat okay with being back together. It's sort of like the high school reunion setup where there's a lot of folks that you're happy to see, but maybe not. So I'm with Dr. Weber / Miranda on this. But it's been a long night. We were supposed to go to a party. Party didn't actually happen. I'm sort of bummed out about that. So I'm just looking forward to hitting my head on that pillow and going to sleep, getting a fresh start tomorrow.
Yeah, the birthday party that never was. At the end of the table.
Hi, this is Allie, and I play Director Hart. And yeah, I am just here along for the ride.
See about that. And last but most certainly not least.
Hi, my name is Tegan, and I'm playing Brett, Young Buck Hawking.
So when last we left our agents, they had left a birthday party after watching Director Hart consume about 25 chicken wings. There was a collective decision to head to the Super 8 and to house themselves within the same structure before figuring out the next step. So what we'll do is we'll open our camera lens directly at the Super 8, perhaps inside one of the hotel rooms, or maybe just after getting our reservation keys as the team is walking to their hotel rooms. So, team, how does the night roll out?
Holy shit, this machine has RC Cola. When's the last time you seen an RC Cola?
It's the East Coast too. That's usually a Southern. I grew up on RC.
So how do you feel about everything you saw tonight?
Going to bed, getting some sleep. Oh yeah, I feel great about that. It's been a busy day.
I hear that. 100%. But I gotta ask you, Hart, what did you see in that trunk?
Well, I saw a box full of stuff that was labeled with, A. Wright. Abigail Wright.
Yeah, and those invitations, I got a really weird one. Did you guys get a weird invitation?
Sure did.
A little bit of gold foil, maybe a circle, maybe some symbology on any of it, and you peeled back a page. Anybody else find that? And I'm going to pull out the one I've got.
Yeah. I don't know what it means, though.
It was on the wall of that apartment in New York City. And now it's layered between two pieces of construction paper on this invitation.
See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. See, like I said, it was sending me mail, and now it's sending all of us mail. So actually, this is perfect. Well, but it's mail, but also it didn't come from it. It came from the group, so...
Yeah, the building didn't send it. It's the agent that sent it to us, not Marcus.
Well, it's not Exactly. So not Marcus. So not a known that we know. We don't know we know them. And also the house has more to do with it than we think, because the house stuff's on this. Maybe the house is done it all along. Just a thought.
Yeah, you know what? I find myself weirdly agreeing with you.
You're not, Buck. You're on Team House sending Weber love letter. Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Look, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But here's what I do know. Here's the one thing I do fucking know. That box cannot exist. Not because it ended up in a fucking trash can. Not because we took it home, cut it into little pieces, and all swallowed a small piece of it so it could be close to our heart and our soul. But because it was in the fucking building when it burned to the goddamn ground.
I sort of want to go deep into that other stuff you just said, but let's stay on target here. I'm with you. We burnt that evidence in a box.
So how is a burnt box not burnt?
Did you see the napkins in that not a party? Which I haven't been to a party in a long time, y'all. And I was really... The napkins in that not a party, those were the same napkins in Wright's apartment too. That whole place is full of stuff that came from a building that we burnt down 20 years ago.
Or the other way around. No, what I mean is by the other way around, that building we were in 20 years ago is full of stuff from today.
Son of a bitch. But...
Have any of you ever seen the 1999 film House on Haunted Hill?
Yes.
Because there's a quote from that film that they say the house is alive, we're all going to die. And I just really feel not fully that, but I feel like that's the kind of thing that we're dealing with right now is the house wants something and it wants us back.
You know, only house I'm familiar with in that line is Amityville, but it has a similar sort of slant where that house has a vendetta, but we burnt the place down.
But see, House on Haunted Hill, I think the same thing. There was fire was at the end. Oh, shit, spoilers. Sorry, but regardless, like the house sent out the invitations, but there was a person there also, but really it was the house that sent out the invitations. So, like, it's kind of like that.
You're on Team Buck, do a drive-by and see if this, we shouldn't say Barbas because that's his real name, but I'm going to say it anyway. Did you see how he flipped out? It was sort of funny. Team drive by Barbas's house and see if he actually exists or if that was just some sort of ghost sent by the... I'll tell you what, y'all.
It's a really long name to put on a shirt.
I know. You should have saw the DMV record that we pulled up. I have been to the site of Wright's apartment many times, and it is a smoking... Well, it's not smoking no more, but it is a ruin. And now it is a cleared out nothing. So I can tell you right now, today, that house is still not there. The apartment building that we burnt down, that apartment building is still not there.
Do you drive past it at night?
I've seen it with my own eyes many times. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Doc?
As if you drive past it at night, just during the day. What if the night place is still there? Or connected somewhere else? Maybe it's not the apartment itself. It's just that other place that exists in between places.
Look, your ideas are good, but this dude's house is like 7, 8, 10 blocks from here. And New York City is several hours away. So I'm not saying don't drive to New York City to see if the house is there at night, although that's really far away. All I'm saying is that the first step is obviously, let's check out this dude's house.
Worried about Hart, though. She's been hurting her belly. You had a lot of chicken there, Hart. Are you okay to go out tonight?
Oh, absolutely. And if we need to get a second dinner for everyone who didn't eat, I'm okay with that too.
Let's go. Let's do this. Let's take a look.
So we all go into like one vehicle?
So you check into the hotel, put some stuff in your rooms, or maybe not, I don't know, and then you get back into cars and head over to this spot, yes?
I am holding a frosty cold can of RC Cola when we get back into the vehicle.
Fabulous.
I have got a cherry Royal Crown Cola.
Fancy. 919 4th Street in Medford, Massachusetts is a sleepy little neighborhood. It's nighttime, so lots of street lights on, Lots of house lights on, variety of buildings, homes, corner stores, and stuff like that as you make your way into the neighborhood. This looks, frankly, is about as American a neighborhood as you could get. You could put this shit on a postage stamp. I'd like to know, just in general, how far you're planning on getting from the house. You can drive right up to it, you can drive by it, and that's it, or
Park across the street and one house over so that I can at least take a look at this thing. I haven't committed to getting out of the car.
Okay. So just in general then, you pass by the house, park relatively close across the street to get eyes on it.
What time of night is it?
It's a good question. What time of night is it? So we'll say by the time you get over there, it's about 10 p.m. after having checked into the hotel and then having the conversation and driving to Medford. There are house lights for every house in this neighborhood in the street. You can tell. You passed by them all, except this house. There are no lights on in this house. So the house itself looks like a craftsman house. It's got the brick front porch area with the steps, right, that go up, and with the big slabs of white, stonework on the left and the right hand side. Chimney, 2-story.
How big did you say it was?
How big?
Yeah, in this neighborhood, is this a big house or is this a...
This is very similar to all the other houses in the neighborhood.
Did you say how old you think it this looks?
I did not. The house it's a little uneven. It's 2-story. It's sort of rust red in its color. It's a bungalow. Lawn isn't very well maintained. Street's definitely quiet.
And what do you mean by bungalow style? Are there stairs or no stairs?
There are stairs.
Oh, see, shit, there can be an upstairs night floors.
There are stairs. There's also there's a porch, right? So there's covered area where the porch is, and then the front door.
Winters. So what do you see?
What I don't see is his car. Is there a garage?
There is absolutely a garage.
It's a bungalow, probably. It's not attached, but so maybe it's in there, but no lights.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
All the other places have lights on.
What do you want to do? You want to go sniff about?
What are we trying to accomplish? Do we think that this feller has a alternative agenda than the one he presented to? I mean, I thought he was lying to us, but it might have been lying for a different reason. Might have been good reasons. Most of us work in government. Some of us work government adjacent. There's always lying going on.
But do you feel good right now? Do you feel good about this house? Does it give you the fuzzies? The warm and fuzzies?
I'm not getting any feeling off of it that gives me creepies like Abigail's place. You feeling anything? Art, Weber, you feeling anything off this place?
Not yet.
Can I roll for a vibe check?
No, unfortunately, we're not far enough along on the Gregorian calendar for you to vibe check.
Okay. No, I mean, it gives me the heebie-jeebies regardless. Here's the thing, okay? Doesn't fucking matter if it's all in my head or not. It's still there. It's weird. It's like when you walk around a cemetery, there's not... there might be a... Regardless of whether or not you think there's ghosts or not, it's creepy and weird.
Here's the vibe check, Here's the vibe check, just for you, Weber.
Okay.
It's the only house in the block that doesn't have any lights on. The lawn is overgrown. Everything around it is dark. It's 10 o'clock at night. There's no car in the driveway.
Yeah, it's like walking around a cemetery at night. That's the vibe. Don't like it.
I'm going to step out and have a cigarette.
I love that for us.
It's just going to kill you, Buck. You ain't going to be old, Buck. You keep up with them cigarettes.
So you step out. The dome light comes on, blinds everybody momentarily, and then you get out and shut the door and have a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk up the street. I'm gonna cross the street, walk back down on the side of the street the house is on, so that I can peek in. It's not just there's windows. I don't have to get right up on the window to see maybe if there's curtains, if there's a gate. I kind of want Weber to come with me because last time we broke into some place, we did a really good job of getting away from the cops.
I remember that. So I will say, as you pass by the house, even if you're walking a little bit slow, you will notice a couple of things. The porch seems rarely used. You also see that, given your alertness, you see that it's covered in mail.
Oh, I'm going to come and just sweep it up. I want that mail. Give me that mail.
Well, you'd have to walk up to the house. So you'd have to walk up the stairs, and then to the stoop where the porch is, and get onto the porch. I'm just saying, I am all for you doing it. I'm not going to tell you can't.
I'm going to look at the people in the car, and then I'm just going to casually just go up there and I'm just going to grab this mail, and then I'm going to walk back to the car.
Watch real close. We want to know the moment that Buck disappears out of our view when he enters an alternate dimension. So watch real close, all.
Weber is watching very close.
I'm going to commit a felony.
Is anyone concerned that he's committing a federal crime?
I mean, it's been 20 minutes we've been together, and this is the first federal crime. I think we're doing all right.
Well, I mean, if you want to really get technical, the first felony he would have committed was using a sniper rifle on top of a restroom in a park. But that's neither here nor there. So I think all of the agents in the car probably feel their chests tighten as soon as Buck steps from the sidewalk and then walks up the path towards the house and then onto the porch. And then you see Buck reach down and grab just a handful of something off of the porch. Are you turning around at that point and heading back to the car, or what are you?
Yeah, super cash. Nah, super cash. We're going back to the car. We're all going to read some mail together.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I got to make a roll, sir.
Oh, Christ, Hart, I think he just stole all the guy's mail.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think we're all committing a felony.
Oh my God, compared to everything else you guys have fucking done.
Only by association. I didn't steal the mail, but...
There's no association until Buck gets back into the car, and now there's an association.
Now I'm a getaway driver.
So you get back in, and I'm going to say, Tegan, that you are able to gather 1d10 worth of mail items.
That's a lot of mail. Wait, hold on.
You reached down and scooped up a bunch of mail.
But there was a lot of mail.
There was. That's what I said.
There was several days of unopened mail.
That's correct.
Guys.
You said you scooped a bunch of mail up, so I'm giving it to you. Congratulations, I'm giving you what you want.
Guys, mail.
You have 5 pieces of mail.
Hot, buttery mails.
Okay, well, divvy them out, I guess, or we're just all going to watch you open them.
Once I get back in the car, I'm just spreading the mail out in everybody's laps. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do this shit right.
So a couple of things become fairly evident from the mail that you all piece through. Winters, you get a letter in your lap from the Massachusetts State Police. It's got the State Police logo on it, and it's addressed to Barbas. Provided you open it, inside, it details an official write-up from the State Police. Basically, it's the form letter. When someone has a disciplinary action taken against them, been mailed to the house. You also notice that this is a second filing. So this is the second time this disciplinary action's been taken.
Do I get a sense, is it the second notification of or is it the second offense?
Second offense.
The second type of this. Okay, thank you.
No, thank you for the clarity is important there. Weber, you get a notice from from PSE&G, Pennsylvania Gas and Electric, that power and water are going to be disconnected. That letter is dated July 15th, and it says power and water will be disconnected in the next 30 days for unpaid bills. For you, Hart, you get a couple of past due notices, mostly on other accounts. So sewer, trash. It's not hard for most of the agents in here to sort of quickly ascertain that his life is unraveling. That doesn't take a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
Although I'll save the fun things because, of course, you went and decided to go and scoop up some mail, Buck. You find a postcard. You find a postcard with what looks like a tinted photograph of a strange castle.
It's a magical place?
Maybe.
Is it Disneyland?
It is not. Let's see. What's your history?
It is 30. So 20 above 10. So I know most things generally about history.
Yep. You think this is probably Spain? Maybe southern France?
Why? I don't feel like I should be looking at this.
You could make a roll on history because your skill's not high enough. I can give you additional information if you like.
That's Spain?
I didn't say that. I said it looks like Spain or southern France.
I don't like you dodging me on that. All right, anyway, so I'm going to make a roll.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, okay, for the listeners, I just rolled a 26, under a 30.
Right, so in Delta Green, obviously the closest you can get to the number and not go over is the best. Unless it's a critical success, like a doubles. So you think this might be Moorish in design, given the area, so like maybe some flavor there. You think it's likely more...
Oh, okay. So like South Spain.
Yeah, more Spain than it would be. And clearly, the back of the postcard, as you can also see, is just a bunch of jumbled letters and some sort of strange code, it appears.
Can I show this to people?
You can, but...
I'm actually holding something, right? Like this isn't an imaginary postcard?
The physical postcard, I'm giving you more information because your forensic skill is high enough. You think the person who wrote this is probably right-handed, likely male, but since you have seen Barbara's writing, it doesn't match what you've seen of his writing. Some of the letters are forwards, some are backwards. There's a few of them that are upside down.
Is this like a basic substitution cipher?
It's not actually. You would need Sig Int to decipher it.
Sig Int, you say?
I do.
Who's got that shit?
Or science mathematics.
I mean, you know that Weber's wheelhouse is with that SIGINT stuff. Like, that's really Weber's biggest contribution to the cheat is her ability to both SIG and INT.
Hey, Spider-Man, take a look at this. Because your name's Weber. So you're Spider-Man now.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. It's funny. I take a look at it carefully.
You need to make a Sig Int roll.
Yep. And I'll ask for it. Is it, you guys got a scratched paper back of a receipt or something? I should make some notes while I try to figure this out. And then I roll my Sig Int.
I go through the glove box and I pull out the owner's manual and give it to you.
Perfect. Thank you. I rolled a 20 under 38 because I have 38 now because I improved my Sig Int a little bit.
So you decipher this as really just sort of a simple cipher. It's not really all that complex.
And that's why I pretend like, well, guys, come on. This is
simple.
There's a shift and some substitutions, and then you shifted 3 more, and this line goes here. You just got to find all those words that you know are words. Find those, do those letters first.
You read it after having deciphered it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, to decipher it, you have to complete the puzzle. You wish you hadn't. It says, Dearest M, made the crossing with a strange little man called Mosby. All is well. The towers of gold are magnificent, and Yithiel is a wonder. Say hello to V for me. Abigail is here. Wish you were.
I read it. What I picture in my head is Weber has decoded this and then is like, she's got the last piece and she starts just reading it all together, not out to everyone, but out loud to herself so that everyone can hear it. But she's like, Abigail is here. Like just reading it out loud as she's just figured it out. And then she's...
Wait, what?
Fuck this thing. No, I told you the house, it's still there. Everything's still there. Nope. This has an upstairs. they're gone now, and the house is alive. Like I said, it's alive and well, and Abigail's there. They crossed over, not to the dark side, well, to the dark side, but not to the, you know what I mean, to the house, the floors, the nighttime ones.
Can you read that one more time?
I read it one more time.
Dearest M, made the crossing with a strange little man called Mosby. All is well. The towers of gold are magnificent, and Yithiel is a wonder. Say hello to V for me. Abigail is here. Wish you were.
Anyone that wishes someone else was there is fucked.
Absolutely.
Would not wish it on my friends. Worst for enemies.
Abigail. Anyone heard of this Anithiel?
Do we know who V is?
No, it's the letter. I don't know. There's a Mosby.
That's Abigail's name.
I mean, I'm sure there's more than one Abigail, but this is pretty coincidental. Made the crossing a strange way Mosby, all is well. Towers of gold. There weren't any towers of gold. Where did they go?
Wait, do we know a Mosby? Did we meet a Mosby?
No.
Elliot's going through his notebook to see if any of these names are showing up.
You know what? Here's the thing. In the past, what we would do, let's get our fucking shit together here. Okay, we can do this. We've done this before. We can do it again. It's fine. Records. We know who lives here, and we can look at records. And there's the internet this time, but not last time as much. So we can figure out who these people are, and we can look up this Yitel place. There's can't be that many Mosbys. Oh wait, that's the strange little man, so it could be here or it could be in the night place. But we have the M name, we got something, and M has to be friends with V, and we can ask people they know, they have family or something.
Or Winters and I can go inside.
I think we should go inside. This thing was dropped on the porch.
Well, we don't split up when we go inside. We go inside together, all of us.
Some people got to go inside. Some people, they like to work the outside. We can still be a team.
I want to, you know what? But if I think safest bet for me would be I want to stand right on the threshold, and I'll just go in like a little bit and then come back out, and then I'll just kind of go right around the entrance.
That's good. This thing wasn't mailed. Let's go back to, we're talking about the other place, I know. And
what do you mean it wasn't mailed?
Look, there's no stamp on it. There's no postmark. There's no nothing. This thing was dropped. It says place stamp here where the stamp isn't. Someone put this on the porch where the rest of the mail was. So someone here in this place put this on the porch. Talking about all this stuff. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Also, it does look like there's blood on the front of it. So if that's a possibility too.
So to be clear, Winters is correct. The postcard has no stamp on it.
No one messes with United States Postal Service.
Did not go through the Postal Service, which is good because, it's one less charge against us when we get drawn up for.
But it doesn't mean someone put it here. Things appear sometimes. It could.
Wait, does that mean that the only difference between a felony and not a felony is whether or not somebody had placed a stamp on it?
It's actually a felony for someone who's not a postal carrier to put something in a mailbox. But this was just on the porch, you said.
All right, I need another cigarette. I'm going to lean up against the outside of the car while they argue over the important things.
You open the car door, blinds everyone again Now my question is this just the beginning of the school of fish that now begin to come out of the car?
Yeah, no, that's exactly. It's like a clown car. It's like a 4-clown car.
So the bracket SP ? Bracket is actually in the cipher.
Yes.
So the person writing it isn't sure if Yehidl, maybe it's Yiddish. Yehidl is like spelled correctly.
Correct. Correctly in their cipher, incorrectly.
And you sure that says Abigail, not like Ashley?
Look, all the other letters make sense. Everything else lined up. it would be weird if every other letter lined up and then instead of Abigail, this one said it said Ashley, and I did that wrong. I wasn't guessing. I did the cipher. I have excellent SIGINT.
Cool. Then can I just make sure that there's a round in the chamber of my pistol?
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't.
Cool. I'm going to do that audibly.
Okay. So you reach for your firearm and you pull the slide back on it.
I don't think you can kill the house with bullets.
No, but I've met a lot of things that aren't houses that die to bullets.
Clearly, they don't die for explosions either.
Have anything that we met died of bullets?
We almost did when we almost killed each other. Weber, remember that message that was on the wall about Abigail Wright in blood? Is the handwriting similar? You're the SIGINT person.
Oh, let me...
Do you write in blood on walls with normal handwriting?
It was in handwriting.
Like if you're in a mental institution and you draw on the walls inhuman shit, like, are you like, oh, they're right-handed?
I'm going to say that person is not in a right enough state of mind to change their handwriting. And these are block capitals, which is exactly what I would write in shit in my mental health facility room when I was getting care.
It was not feces, it was dry blood. So I will just save the SIGINT roll for Dr. Weber. They are not the same. So for the folks who are approaching the house or planning to, what's the play here?
Well, I'm going to draw my weapon and have it like handy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to go around the back of the house to go in the back door.
I love that for you.
I'm going to follow Hart into the back door.
So are any of the team attempting to be covert in doing this?
Not a chance.
Yeah, well, I'm going to then. Fuck.
What time of day was it? Was it night?
Yeah, it's a little past 10 now.
So it looks like really a lot like breaking and entering into some sort of dilapidated, abandoned house that we're going to break into and possibly sleep. Not dilapidated, poor choice of words. Overgrown house, not necessarily well taken care of right now.
Right.
Possibly abandoned. We just break in like people normally do.
Well, there's that, or we could go harass the neighbors.
I was thinking about harassing the neighbors while you're doing the break-in and entering.
Well, at least it distracts the neighbors.
And it's a legitimate, person has obviously not been around. I'm a concerned friend. I haven't heard from.
Oh, so this isn't a badge flip. This is a friend.
If it needs to be, Weber, here's what we can do though.
Okay, good cop, good friend, bad friend.
No, we got the badge, and I can say I'm a friend. But then if it presses, I can say, well, yeah, Barbara is a cop, and I can show my badge, and yeah, it'll all work out.
So I'm Barbara in this?
No. The guy's name is Barber. Remember? I hold up a piece.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you.
Right. So Hart and Buck are going to the house. What are you going with them, Weber?
It sounds like I'm going find my friends.
You can do whatever you want.
No, I'm happy to find my friends. I don't like that house, so.
Okay, so
It would be neighbor talk. We're going to go talk to the neighbor.
we're going to go neighbor talk. Okay,
Yeah, and pretend to be what's his bucket's friend.
I love that. Okay, so let's travel first with Winters and Weber as they begin to talk to neighbors, or maybe one neighbor, perhaps. Any specific house? You're just going to pick one at random, a next door neighbor, etc.
If I can spot one that someone's obviously up, I don't want to wake anyone up.
Right.
So TV, noise, maybe seeing someone through a window, any of that. Yeah, all of them have the lights on. It's what I heard before.
More lights on. Nathan.
Yep. Yeah, you pick the house next door, relatively utilitarian house, lights on. You can hear the 10 o'clock news going.
Perfect.
Step up to the door and
Straight up and a friendly knock.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to cop knock.
Not a cop. I wouldn't knock like that.
You see a middle-aged, well-built Caucasian man. He's probably got a closer cropped haircut. He's wearing a simple white t-shirt, jeans. He's got a Miller Lite bottle in his hand. Opens the door. Help you?
And I have my hands sort of out and visible. And Sir, I'm so sorry to knock on your door this late. We're friends with your neighbor over here, Mr. Barber. And we've been trying to get in touch with him for a bit. And we haven't been able to. And came by and I see his house and it looks like the grass ain't been mowed, which ain't normal. And so I'm just wondering, have you seen him anytime recently?
That guy? Fucking weirdo.
I'll laugh. Agreement.
I used to talk to that guy every morning when we left for work. We used to leave at the same time every time. But he's something different these days. I ain't seen him in a little while. He used to go to work every day like normal, like me, but you know how it is. Things get a little strange.
I'm worried about it. I think he's maybe not even going to work no more. Haven't been able to get a hold of him or nothing. Do you know maybe last time you laid eyes on him?
He sort of thinks for a second. He takes a sip of the beer and you can see him actually like honestly searching. I get up about 6. I get on the road for work about 6:30. It's probably been a few weeks. Guy hasn't cut his lawn forever. And the city's come by and I went over and cut the front yard at least a couple weeks ago just to, help him out. I figured maybe he was out of town on vacation or something,
That's neighborly of you.
But he's not really active anymore. This neighborhood's full of a bunch of real great families and people. And we try to look out for one another and we see each other at some of the, whether it's farmers markets or you're just walking your dog or whatever, but he's pretty much vanished. I don't know. I try not to make judgment calls on people's lives, but I hear shit and I just try to turn the television up,
I'm going to look at Weber and put a concerned look on my face. And I mean, not to put you out, sir, but would it be all right if I could give you my name and number, and if you saw anything, you saw him, you saw anything going on over there, maybe give me a call? I'm gonna start calling some family and stuff, trying to track him down because I'm getting real worried. But would that be all right?
Yeah, sure, yeah. No, I understand. He sort of looks you up and down for a second. He goes, "You a cop?"
Shaking my head. Like, not exactly, but I do work. I work for the federal government. I work down in Virginia, homeland.
I did my time.
I understand. Yeah, ain't nothing about that. I'm just friends with Barber and just trying to get in contact.
Well, one thing I'll say about your friend, he's got some weird nighttime activities.
What do you mean weird nighttime activities? Like gardening, lawn care?
Well, you could say that. I heard something like a sump pump going, and then in the middle of the night, maybe it's something sounded like a pogo stick. But that wasn't the strangest thing. Two of the strangest things I saw was, I don't know. I saw this woman in his backyard. Must have been, I don't know, past midnight. You know how sometimes you have to get up in the middle of the night, age does to you. She was just naked as all get out.
Wait, naked? You saw a naked lady in his backyard?
Naked in the backyard?
Parading around his backyard, doing whatever she wanted. And then he'd come back in and hollered at her to come back inside the house. And she eventually goes back in. But then there was this. It was late. It was probably 9:30. I was coming back from a run. And he confronted some, group of people. They were parked across the street from his house. They were in a rental car. A Texas plate. I knew it was a rental, And there's a woman and 2 men. And they were arguing back and forth, and eventually the car peeled out and they were gone. But it was real strange. I don't think he's been right since June.
Oh, that is all sorts of crazy. A sump pump, pogo stick, and a naked woman in the backyard. Sounds like a setup to a good story, not what I want to hear about my friend's life.
Well, I'm not one to pry. Everybody's got their own life. Do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting people.
All this happened in the middle of the night, too? The sump pump, pogo stick. I take it the sump pump sounds weird because you don't have a lot of flooding around here.
Yeah, we're up on a hill.
Yeah.
But the pogo stick was the sound. I never saw the pogo stick.
Woman didn't seem to be in trouble, though. Like, she wasn't...
Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. She wasn't having any trouble.
I read you clear.
Pogo stick, though, it's like a springy noise. I'm trying to understand. I can't imagine him bouncing around on a pogo stick.
I can't imagine it either, but...
In the middle of the night, so I'm just trying to think of what else it could be that would make a springy, bouncy noise.
It's the only... I had one as a kid, real young, and I remember the sound.
Pogo stick, sump pump.
I get a smile on my face, and then I just try to turn away and hide it as Weber's going after this line of inquiry.
All right, if that's it, I
really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Do you know... Now, one more... I'm sorry. One more. Was he close, in particular, with any of the other neighbors around here? Or was he just a weirdo overall?
He wasn't always like that, but I don't know that he was any close to anybody, but I at least used to say hi to him every morning. He wasn't non-communicative, he talked to people. He just, he just kept to himself mostly.
Yeah.
And sometime in June, something happened. Something changed. That's when stuff went. Okay. Appreciate your time. You anything else? Any other questions you might have, Aaron?
No, I don't think so.
Give me my information. I'll take my leave.
So while this is going on, the other half of the team, Hart and Buck, head around to the back of the house. So heading around to the back of the house, you pass by a series of darkened windows. You eventually get to the backyard.
How's that backyard look?
Overgrown. It looks like it is filled with unkempt grass. There's all sorts of things strewn about.
Well, that's intriguing. Wait, hold on. Like just yard crap?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it has not been taken care of in some time. It's also the thing I want to make sure that we keep in mind for this, anything at the house stuff is it is 10 o'clock at night, which means it is dark. And so...
Yeah, okay. Of course. Oh, shit. Do we have flashlights? Fuck. Roll luck check for flashlight.
No, I don't think so.
We have smartphones.
You do have smartphones?
Yeah. That's the new thing on cop shows now. Like, I now have my smartphone camera across my arm holding my gun.
Yeah, that won't be problematic, I'm sure. But you get to the back door, if that is your aim.
Yeah, I'm going to try to open the door.
Okay. It is locked. And so you would need to have either lockpicking.
That's not a thing.
Or tools to do so.
Or
you could also make a Dex times 5 check.
To break the fucker open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not strength?
Not strength, no.
Do you want to make the check?
All right, I'll try it. Let's see if here we go. Hurting myself. Oh, I didn't hurt myself. 45 under 55.
Okay. So you begin to mess with the lock. You probably have a pen, probably have a pocket knife, and you go at the internals of this old bungalow craftsman door lock, which isn't the most complex lock in the world. And you eventually get the lock moving, the tumblers within it, and some of the other mechanics, and are able to wrench the doorknob open to open the door. The kitchen is, well, a mess. In fact, just looking around in here with your cell phone light, you can tell that this place is a complete pigsty. Keep in mind, there are no lights on, and there's some strange smells in here. You smell gasoline?
Do I smell anything less flammable?
Not at the moment.
Fuck.
So your cell phone lights are going to reveal there are some paint pans that sit on the kitchen counter. There's definitely some sort of fluid in those.
What's a paint pan? Is that like a paint can? Did you say paint can?
No, paint pan.
Like a pan that you put paint in and then roll your roller in?
Oh, the diagonal thing that's like a rectangle?
Yes.
Okay.
There doesn't appear at first glance, Hart, that anyone's eaten here in some time. There are dishes piled in a corner. They're clean, it looks like, but they've all been smashed.
The dishes have been smashed?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, all right.
Yep. The dishes, in fact, have been smashed. There's a refrigerator in this room as well. Little breakfast space, a range. Directly ahead, there is what looks like a swinging door that leads into another space, and then directly ahead and to the right, there is another door. This is a craftsman-style bungalow house, which means everything is compartmentalized. So there's no open air, no, light and airy. This is all dark wood, lots of walls.
Well, Hart, hey.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on those other doors. I'm going to keep an eye out, go through some shit.
Okay. I'm gonna open some cabinets and drawers in the kitchen, yes?
Yep. You find silverware neatly stacked in a mostly dusty drawer. Opening up the refrigerator, you see that it is empty. There's baking soda in the fridge, but there's no food.
Okay. I'm gonna close the fridge. Well, Buck, there's nothing here. I think we should explore the house a little bit more.
Okay.
The faster we can take a look and the faster we're out of here, the safer it'll be. You know that.
Okay. Let's, you want to sweep it? Like SWAT style? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll cover you, go through the door. I'll go left, you go right.
Okay.
Okay. I would like each of you to make a luck roll.
Go fuck your whole self.
Are we looking to succeed?
I failed with a plum.
Just go ahead and roll for me if you would, Hart.
36 under 50.
Okay. So, to clarify for me again, Tegan, which door was Buck going through?
Oh, well, I fucked up my luck check, so if I get this wrong 30 seconds after I said it previously, we'll know why I failed. I think it was you go left, I'll go right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You walk through the door to the right. You end up in it's a hallway, but it's like a center point of multiple different paths. There's like a door which you think leads to the bathroom, and then there's another door to your immediate right. And when you scan around for a second with your phone, you hadn't realized how slippery or sweaty your hands have gotten, and your phone literally falls out of your hand.
Better than my gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And so you do the thing that you would normally do, which is you try to quickly recover something that you've dropped. When you do, you lean down and lean into one of these beautifully carved and made posts that make up the hallway here in these craftsman houses, and you smack your head directly into it.
Oh, fuck.
You take a point of damage. So for you, Hart, you go through the other door and you end up in a dining room.
Okay.
This is where the strangeness continues. With the light from your phone, you see that the room has been cleared to bare wood. wood here is pitted and stained. The smell of gasoline continues. You also see that there are large industrial pieces of equipment in here. Counterweights, really large machines are in this room. There's also what you think is a part of a truck in here, like maybe the drive shaft.
What the fuck? And like I'll have said that like out loud, like half under my breath, as I'm like taking a look around.
There's a doorway to your immediate right. You hear Buck exclaim "fuck" after hitting his head. It looks like the carpet that is here does actually stay in that hallway space. It just is totally ripped out here in the dining room.
Okay, well, I'll go through that door, see if Buck's okay.
Seem to be. It's just like the red mark on his forehead. So at this point, Winters and Weber will have finished their conversation with the neighbor. So wherever the two of you are planning on heading after that.
Winters, I'm still trying to figure out the joke that goes with the punchline, a sump pump, a pogo stick, and a naked woman in the backyard. And I feel like it's there, and if I just try hard enough, I can find it, but it's got to be the punchline to some joke.
I don't know if it's appropriate. I don't know if you're old enough for this joke, Weber.
Okay. All right, old man.
All I gotta say is, ain't never had a squeaky mattress, Web?
Well, yeah, but the sump pump?
Sump pump too, Weber. Sump pump's made for sucking, Weber.
Yeah, come on now.
Squeaky mattress, pogo stick.
Come on, Winters.
Reminds me of a joke I was.
You think he's up there fucking a sump pump?
It reminds me of a dumb joke I heard once, and I just lost a little bit. The joke had to do with an armless man who was in the midst of loving intercourse, and his house starts to burn down, and the only way he can escape is you get the rest. It was dumb, but it just hit me at the time.
The look on Erin's face clearly says she does not get it. But look, if he's got a naked lady in the backyard, why does he need a sump pump? Well, the bed makes sense, but not the pump. See, my thought went elsewhere. My thought went, there's weird basement, and he's trying to get in that basement, and there's water, sumping it up.
Now, no joke survives your interrogation. That's all I'm going to say, Doc. And it was true then, and it's true today.
I got that analytical brain. I can't help it.
So given both of your alertnesses, I will give you that as you're walking away from the house, likely back to at least the vehicle, if not the neighbor's house, you do see a few stray lights coming from the inside of the house.
Oh, they made it in. They could probably just let us in the front now if we go knock.
Do you want to go in there? Or do you want to stay outside?
I don't want to go in, but I do feel like a little bit obligated.
You sort of creeped out about this house, didn't you?
Okay, has it been mailing you things? No.
No. This house, this specific, not a.
Oh, this one?
Webbs, you creeped out about all houses now?
A little bit. Because you never know when one's going to turn on you now.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm thinking, if we're all in there,
yeah,
then there's no one out here to spot when the police turn the corner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're not all in there, then when they go missing into Night Floors Part 2, our ass is going to be sitting out here, I don't know, doing the Boston tour, waiting for them to come back. And that's probably not productive.
Well, here, I'll just go up to the front and knock and maybe shout in and see if everything's all right.
Why don't we go into the back the way they went versus making a ruckus up front?
Oh, you want to do the let's look like we're breaking and entering and not the let's look like we're just at the house?
We already look like we're breaking and entering.
That's true.
This neighbor here already in our face.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, we're not hiding anything.
But for good reasons. So we've established an alibi. And that's what I appreciate most. All right, to the back door, I guess.
Okay. The two of you head down the driveway to the back door. It is open because it's been left open, at least slightly. and gaining entry to the house is fairly simple. You get inside probably a step or two before you hear Buck say, "Fuck."
Buck, Hart, we're coming in. I'll say, I'm not shouting it, but I'm saying it loud enough that they can hopefully hear.
You step into the aforementioned kitchen, which looks like it's in pretty bad disrepair. You see the smashed dishes. You see and smell gasoline. It's dark in here, obviously, but the smell of gasoline is going to move. For those inside, you hear Elliot's voice.
You guys okay in there?
Did we just all give up on stealth? Okay.
Ooh, stealth. There's no one else in this house, I hope.
Buck, you can see all your flashlight.
They can hear us now.
Well, they could see your flashlight.
Yeah, we could see it out front. We went to talk to the neighbor.
This place looks like a discotheque.
Wonders maybe that naked lady's still here.
There's an upstairs. They couldn't see the light if they're upstairs. Oh, fuck it. I want to go upstairs.
We saw from outside on the lawn. We saw it clear. What'd you find anyway? What'd you find? Did you find anything? What are we doing here?
Watch out, if you find a lady, she might be naked.
What?
Oh, now you want us to talk.
Let's clean the house. Let's clear the house. Let's get out of here. Let's not screw around in this other person's house.
All right, go up.
I'll take downstairs. I mean, main floor.
Okay. So the group eventually will get into the aforementioned dining room, which is really strange. So all the flooring has been ripped up. It is down to the wood, sort of the plywood base that would have been put down. There's a bunch of weird subfloor, the weird machinery. There's more gasoline. There's probably a little bit of a diesel smell in here too. There's a enormous piece of an axle from a truck in here. Things have been taken apart. If you work your way towards the front of the house through the dining room, there's an archway, and that leads into the living room. You can see to the left there is the fireplace, and to your immediate right you see there is a strange statue. I think maybe it's an art piece. You see a series of it looks like some kind of animal, maybe. There's greased pipes, there's cogs, there's wheels, little gearboxes. It has a relatively thin silhouette. You see a gearbox that's been put at the top of it, made into it like it's a head. It looks like maybe like an inverted umbrella a little bit, like from some of its superstructure. It's not really well put together. The base of the poles have these little half moons underneath them. It looks like a somewhat strange caricature. And Elliot, you hear a definitive click.
Hold on, don't move. Did y'all hear that? You hear that click?
Anybody with an alertness of 60 or more hears it.
Yeah,
Hold on where you are. You're looking around, trying to see. Buck, did you hear that?
No, I was gonna go upstairs.
I heard it. I got 60. What did it? But I can't tell if it was more of a click, like a button, like we stepped on something, or like a wire. Don't move your feet, but maybe feel around your ankle. See if you pulled something, or someone stepped on something.
Can I look around my immediate area, handler?
Mm-hmm. You can. You look around your immediate area. It's, again, the aforementioned dark. So you scan around with your phone. All of you start hearing a whirring sound that begins to build.
We turned something on.
Oh my god.
Is there like a sit or something? Motion sensor?
I've seen 13 Ghosts too. If this house closes up and this is starting the thing, and then there's the ghost and it's spinning. Oh my god. What is it? Where does it? If I want to use my keen alertness, try to hear where this whirring is coming from. Is it in the floor?
So part of it feels like it's in the floor. Others of it feel like maybe it's bouncing off the walls. But your alertness is keen enough to eventually hone that down because you're having to fight through like 3 other people moving around and making noise in the room. But it eventually hones back down to that corner where this sculpture is.
Winters, earlier you said that Amityville thing, and is there one where there's like a sculpture and there's shit in the walls or something?
It depends on what year it is, Weber, but I can tell you definitively that if there isn't today, there will be soon.
All 4 limbs from this sculpture suddenly pop out in like a 45-degree angle, and it raises up.
It's too late. We already set it off. It doesn't matter if we move her now or not. Winters.
Clockwork. Get them guns.
So what we're going to do here, folks, for you with the audience at home, is we're going to pause our tale right here and come back and deal with what we have found within the house. That'll give us a chance to stretch and to prepare for what comes next. But for you, it'll be just a little bit until our agents are back in service. And so we'll say good night, and to them, good luck.